Welcome to
More Than Society.
My name is Medha.
I'm Shishta, and it's our first podcast together. And you are watching or listening episode 3 of it. So, what are we talking today?
Well, today's topic is super interesting, Shishta. I think that's something that the whole world kind of thinks about.
Yeah.
It's part of the list. It's like if you have it, you feel complete. If you don't have it, you feel incomplete, or vice versa. But the thing is interesting is that in India, we actually have a choice for this.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about love marriages and arranged marriages.
Yes. Talk of the town. Arranged marriage or love marriage. Because I think in India, whenever we meet married people, we're like, oh, is it a love marriage or it's arranged marriage?
Yes.
I mean, that's the first thought when you meet somebody. And I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Well, it
but
is.
That is a question.
Because this arranged marriage concept doesn't really exist in anywhere in the world except for maybe some Eastern countries, but it's very, very predominant in India. And it's super interesting when I come in that there is this question that exists. And so what do you think, is love marriage?
Oh, love marriage. Okay. So firstly, I would like to talk about love. What are we expecting about love and love marriage or arranged marriage, we can say. So I think love is a choice, right? Whereas marriage is a commitment. So if arranged marriage is a commitment, and if you are doing love marriage, you have a choice. Okay, I want to talk to this person, I want to know this person, and then I might take it to a next level, which is marriage. But if there is an arranged marriage, sometimes it's also a force from your family that you have to get married to this guy because his lineage is really nice, or we know this family or something.
Right.
So I feel love marriage mein na thoda sa you get little extra space to choose your partner, right? If you are not feeling good with that person, you can move to next maybe. I mean, obviously, moving on is a hard process. But still, love marriage mein utna hota hai. So I feel love marriage is a really nice concept because you know each other from quite a long time and then you get married. So there are many things which you already know how to cope. So that's what I feel love marriage is all about. And what you feel about arranged marriage, I would like to know because...
Well, the whole concept of marriage, it's been around forever, right? Since we can say BC. And in India, arranged marriage has been around, I think I read 500 BC.
500 BC, yeah.
So it's very predominant arranged marriage. And the concept of arranged marriage is basically that your family looks at... First, you have to get arranged marriage within your class. So we have the caste system. So usually it's within that. And then it's the lifestyle. So if you're middle class, you want to have someone that's middle class. If they're rich, you want to go with someone that's rich. So then you can be comfortable, right? And then after, what I realized is that there's a priest also that looks at your birth chart and they make sure that you guys are compatible according to the stars.
But I think that only happens in Hindu marriages.
In Hindu marriages, right. And so, there is, I guess, arranged marriages, Muslim marriages too, right?
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Arranged marriage. I think in Muslim marriages, there are more arranged marriages comparatively to Hindu marriages. That's what I feel. Okay,
so they really choose, the family really chooses who the couple, who is going to be a couple.
Yeah, right? Definitely.
So there's not really a choice, right? I guess you have the Tinder part where you look at the pictures, but even back in the day, right, they would only look at certain pictures and they wouldn't even meet. They would meet for 10 minutes, 50, maybe half an hour, and then they just get married and that's it. There's the commitment, right?
But that's what's happening today in today's world also. If it is an arranged marriage, then you just meet a guy for few minutes and then you don't have to decide as per earlier it was that you just have to decide and stick to a person, but you get time to talk to that person, but then you have to say yes or no, right? In those 15 minutes.
Yes.
So that's, I think, I am pro love marriage person. I feel love marriages are nice. I know you are more into arranged marriages. That's why I have asked you this question.
Well, there's let's talk about good and bad about both scenarios. Sure. So I'll start. I'll say the good thing about arranged marriage, because I know it's such a big taboo, especially modernization. We want to be no, we have a choice and freedom, which I agree, which I really do agree. But I like to be the devil's advocate. So I'm going to talk about what I feel it's really good with arranged marriages is that, so you have the Tinder part, the attraction part. So you look at the pictures. Then you kind of feel the lifestyle. The lifestyle is financial stability, right? Kind of. So that gives you that security. And then when it comes down to the commitment part, I feel that you're more likely to compromise. you're more likely to
in arranged marriage,
you're more likely to compromise. You're more likely to have patience with your partner. You're more likely to take the time to get to know each other. And it's also like a little bit fairy tale because it's all new. So there's the honeymoon phase, and then after you're probably gonna have fights because you're getting to know each other, but you don't give up on each other. I feel there's that sense of sacrifice. There's sense of, okay, let's understand each other, because you know what, our family depends on our relationship, society depends on it. Like, are we just gonna fail and fight? Like, no, let's try to figure it out. Obviously there's the dark side that the woman sometimes just did not even speak up, and she's like, well, I'm just married because I have to be married. Society's gonna feel like if you can't get a divorce, right? That's why there's like low divorce rates in arranged marriage. It's like, it looks like, oh, because it's working, but maybe it's also because you don't really have the chance to leave it. But I also feel now with the new generation, like everyone's really vocal, and if they choose to do arranged marriage, I feel they take the time to learn each other. They take the time to, even before the marriage, they say yes, but they're talking on the phone every day, they're texting every day, they get to know each other, and then boom, it's the marriage, and then they finally get to be intimate. So that's very exciting because they never did that before. And I find, like, you know, arranged marriage can be very maturely handled and very beautifully handled. Like, I seen my cousin who got married and they didn't have a baby right away. They waited, and the woman is working and he's working. They waited till they were financially stable together, get to know each other, and then now after 4 or 5 years they had a kid. So I feel arranged marriage is very cute because, yes, I feel you do marry two families together. You know, you're never alone. We're all a community, and it's really nice that you can kind of have that freedom that, okay, two families are getting along, let's try to get along. So I'm just saying that there's more a sense of compromise and stuff. And the bad thing is that sometimes you don't see the dark, that it's not working, and it's really hard to get out. So I think that's the dark part, is that you just stay stuck because of society pressure, and because of society pressure you also try. So there's the two parts of arranged marriage.
Coin. Two sides of a coin. All right, but if I talk about love marriages, right, there's this thing also, like, you can't get out like that. It's a marriage, any which ways, right? You can choose a wrong person. Your family will tell you that, oh, see, we have told you not to get married to a specific person. That happens in India. But again, there's not a choice of leaving that. I mean, there is a choice. Obviously, divorce is a choice. But you know, you again think on your decision. Ki, I took that decision. I took that decision to get married to this guy. I cannot leave it like that. You know, we were in love.
You can't blame anyone.
You cannot.
Okay, that's true. That's a good point. Because in arranged marriage, if it doesn't work out, you can be like, you know, see, mom and dad, you chose this guy. Now I'm mad at you. But when it's your love, you're like, everybody will be like, you have did that. You chose it, especially in India, because there's such a big polarity, right?
Right. And I feel in love marriages, there are a conscious effort. Like, if you are in love, there will be conscious effort of, you know, making this work. But in arranged marriage, I feel the guy or the girl takes it as takes it for granted. They'll like, okay, we are married, we'll see how it works. But in love marriage, there was a conscious effort before marriage also, right? Because you always want to present your good self in front of them.
True. So because you'll have limited meetings, right? So you always show the good face.
And even if you are meeting for a longer period of time, because it's love marriage, again, you will stick to those things, like कि मैं अच्छा दिख रहा हूँ कि नहीं, if I'm doing it right or not. But if there is an arranged marriage, boom, you are married.
Right.
Then you may or may not put that effort.
Okay.
You know, because you got married. Like, अब क्या हो सकता है? अब इससे ज़्यादा क्या
like
होगा?
It's like, okay, we're together. Society tells us we're together. We don't need to work at it.
No, that's what I feel. Love marriage में ये अच्छी चीज़ होती है. You know, you have that conscious effort पहले से ही. Then if I move ahead, then I would say people explore the exciting part of your life. Like, two people are there, they are exploring what's exciting between their relationship. कि अच्छा अभी थोड़ा monotonous हो रहा है, what we can do to make it exciting in the love marriage.
Because there's like their commitment to each other, because okay, we're together, we know what love feels like, we know what intimacy feels like. How do we always get deeper and deeper and deeper?
Because they were in love and then they got married. So क्योंकि वो करते आ रहे हैं अपनी relationship को spice up करने के लिए, excite करने के लिए चीजें, so they will do it आगे भी. But in arranged marriage, again, as I say, शादी हो गई है, बैठ जाते हैं, they are like, oh, we are married now, You know, we don't have to do anything. अब कहाँ जाएगी? शादी हो गई. या अब कहाँ जाएगा? शादी हो गया.
Right.
So that's what I feel.
It's a little bit boring. It's not spicy. It's not hot.
Little bit. And then there is attraction because there was love. Then there is caring because you were in love with that person, right?
Right.
So that is already there. So that's why I feel love marriages are really nice. I don't know why, but जो पहले से हो रहा है चला आ रहा है, so you feel कि मैं इसके लिए केयर तो करता ही था या करती ही थी ना, तो मैरिज से कुछ चेंज नहीं होता है. It's just a paper which you sign, or maybe a varmala which you know, shadi.
Right.
With
but marriage again, I think it is for, obviously it's a commitment between two people, but I think it's mostly like for the government, the big brother, you know. It's like a paper that gives you freedom, that okay, you guys are respect, that okay, you guys are a couple, it's recognized by the state, it's recognized by the country. Even traveling, like, you know, you can travel to Muslim states, you can do all that, like as you don't have boyfriend girlfriend freedom. So also with taxes, right, it helps you with taxes, property things, like everything.
You get house really soon if you are trying if you
mortgages
want to rent,
and stuff, right?
then if you are married, it's there. If you're not married, then there is a problem. We can take that in our next episode, like if you're married and if you're not married,
right?
So okay, I would like to, first of all, disclaimer, I'm sorry for my husky voice. I'm feeling under the weather. Yeah, I also like it. I love it. But ऐसा ना हो कि बोलते बोलते मैं गायब हो जाए, तो just a disclaimer. So yeah, I would like to know the importance of marriage in foreign land, because you are from Canada and you have traveled a lot. So I would like to know about that. What's the importance?
The importance, I guess I touched on it a little bit. That marriage, again, it's like a global phenomenon, right? Like before, obviously, people did kind of do it for financial reasons, like king and queens to get land and stuff. But now, in the West, it's all about love. There's no such thing as arranged marriage or parents telling you, oh, you should marry this person, that person. No. The ultimate freedom of choice lies in you, and you make the decision, you make the choice to find the love of your life, and you get married. And I find this creates a lot of pressure and a lot of like, it's still part of society that it is a big deal to get married and to stay committed, and oh, how lucky you are that you found someone and they found you. And so like in Canada, for example, you don't even need to be married, so you live in together, and well, we can talk about it on
we can definitely talk about it
so later. Living together, right, which is a concept that doesn't exist in India.
No, there is a concept. I mean, this does exist in India, but behind the curtains,
right? It's new. It's still
new and it's behind the curtains. Even if two people are living together, they will not ready to say that we are living in together, because it's a hush topic.
I guess in America, I mean, in Western countries, it's like a trial, right? So there's like the steps so you dating, and then you become committed, so you're like, okay, this is exclusiveness or whatever. Then you start living together, and then if you want, you get married, and that's the ultimate. But some people don't even get married, they just live together, and after a year, the government actually calls it common law. So that means that you get to benefit almost as if you're married. So social insurance stuff, like property taxes, and because they know that a lot of couples living together, they're committed, they're together. Like, so it's easier for them, it's easier for the couple, and it kind of encourages. So
they don't need to sign any paper, or
they do because the thing is, you're gonna have an address, right? And then you just say, okay, me and this person, we're living together, and most people do it, of course, because you get lots of benefits from it. There's no such thing as divorce, so you kind of just obviously break up, just leave and stuff. So I guess some people try to do that because it's less complicated than a divorce.
Divorce is really messy.
Even
in India it is. So got it.
Okay. But it is the ultimate. Like, I mean, to get, there is marriage that exists in Western, and people still like want to have that commitment and love, and you know, but it's not coming from social. There is a social aspect, but it's your choice. Your family.
There is no pressure about it.
Yeah, your family is not going to choose.
Right. If I talk about marriages here, like the trend of marriages here, I have seen tremendous change in that. Earlier, it was all about arranged marriage, right? Even if you love somebody, you have to go by your parents' choice.
And it was like, oh my god, kya
arranged marriage hai ki love marriage? Oh, love marriage hai, baap re, you know?
It was like really bad.
It was really bad.
That you went against the family.
Because I don't know why, but ऐसा होता था कि even if you have a guy in your life and he's very well to do, everything is nice, but he's not from your caste.
Right.
You can't get married.
Right.
You have to go according to your parents' choice. But now I can see अरेंज मैरिजेस कम हो गई हैं और लव मैरिजेस ज्यादा हो गई हैं. I mean, अब मैं सुनती हूँ मेरे जितने भी फ्रेंड्स हैं, they are like, yeah, we are looking out, हम देख रहे हैं कोई लड़की मिलती है तो I'll get married.
Right.
So I'm like, dude, your parents are not looking out for marriage stuff or matrimonial side. So they are like, कि no, we are finding it for ourselves.
Right.
हम जानते हैं किसी को. And even घर वाले is like that. If you know somebody, tell us. We'll let you get married with that person. So the trend is really changing a lot. So I feel India, as I said in my previous episodes, that India is developing and it is going towards that. So I feel यहाँ पे भी love marriage का काफी आ गया.
And I did notice that too. And the thing I find really interesting is that they say it really proudly now. Because the parents too, they're like, oh well, we're not old traditional. We trust our kids, and like they found someone on their own. Look how cool they are. And now it's like, oh, you're doing arranged marriage. Oh, because you can't find someone.
Yeah, that's
you're a loser. That you need your parents to find you someone. Like, oh my God, really?
That's what's happening in India.
Yeah, it's a new stigma now. Yeah. It's like, obviously it's because you're ugly or I don't know. Like, you're gonna make your parents find you someone. Like you can't find it on your own. Like even I took an Uber and I was talking to him. And he's like, yeah, my sister's married. And I was like, why? Is she like younger than you and you guys did arranged marriage? How it would be? He's like, no, she's older than me and it was love marriage.
Wow.
And he said it so proudly.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah? It's like, yeah, they knew each other for 2 years and then my parents agreed and it was fine. And I was like, cool.
Yeah, the trend is really, really changing a lot. I mean, even अगर कोई होता है, if I ask, okay, so you got married, कैसे, क्या? He's like, he or she.
There's a marriage going on.
I guess there is a marriage going on. Wow. Okay. So they are like कि हमने arranged marriage किया. Now I reply like that. Arranged marriage कौन करता है आज के time में? The trend is really changing a lot, and I really love it. So that's what I think. अब live-in भी आने वाला होगा काफी जल्दी because we are running towards Western thing.
Yeah, to have more choices and stuff, I guess. But the thing about love and marriage, I find, is that you commit because you're like, okay, this is my choice.
Yeah.
And then after, it's also very easy to kind of let go. Because you're like, okay, well, again, it's my choice. We're not compatible. And I feel like in arranged marriage, there's like a boundary that you have. And which makes you kind of understand and push through. Which is sometimes, like helps like yourself too, your ego too. Because you don't always have the right answers, right? And it's really easy to get selfish. It's very easy to get egocentric when you have this choice of me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
So I find in love marriage, what happens is that you kind of lose the boundary faster. Like you're gonna get mad faster, like women or men. You're gonna argue with your full heart, which is good. It's like more authentic, I guess. But it's also, you can start creating like toxic behavior because you feel you have a right to. Whereas arranged marriage, you're kind of like thinking about, okay, what's the standards? How should I behave? Like, what are my morals?
And then what effect it will gonna give it.
So ultimately, I think marriage is the most convenient for kids. It's to have children. Well, it's the most beneficial way to raise children.
But I guess even in love marriage also. I'm just not talking about just staying together, not in marriage. I'm not talking in the Western sense. But even in love marriage, I feel कि love marriage में बच्चे को ना ज़्यादा they develop a lot, because arranged marriage में there is a curtain. There is this कि आप उतना नहीं अपने partner से उतना open हो पाते हो in front of your kids. But in love marriage, I feel you are open in front of your kids.
Because you're used to it before the kids happen.
There is a PDA.
Yes, that's a very good point.
So that's what I feel. तो I think दोनों तरफ से कुछ अच्छा कुछ बुरा होता है obviously. But that's what I feel कि love marriage में जो बच्चे होते हैं ना, उनको दिखता है कि like मेरे mom dad. Yeah, exactly. What is love? मेरे mom dad उनको वो एक है set example, right?
Yes.
So they also give that back to the society.
Right.
So that's what I feel कि love marriage से जो बच्चे होते हैं वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा समझ पाते हैं चीज़ें. But वही arranged marriages में I feel कि यार लड़ाई इतनी देख लेते हैं अगर if things are not going good. तो लड़ाई कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो रही है और बच्चे भी उसी तरह निकल रहे हैं. They know they have to hide certain things from their parents. तो ये हो जाता है.
There's no openness. Right. I guess what children do learn in arranged marriage is like, okay, what is commitment? What it means to have a family? What it is family? I feel they're very like family oriented, strong. But you're right. Like when it's love marriage, the kid grows up with parents already being in love before. And usually what in arranged marriage, when things don't work out, they have kids. And all their love that they don't have between each other just goes to the kid. And the kid sometimes is like spoiled because the parents are not giving it to each other in that way, but they're giving it to the kid. The kid. And the kid doesn't even realize it maybe after when they grow up. So yes.
So that's also a part. Like if your marriage is not working, have kids. That's a simple Indian mentality.
That's a very Indian mentality.
That if it is not working, go and get a kid. I mean, you know what I mean.
Like have a kid,
and it might work. I don't understand the might word there, right? It might not work also. So there is a pressure on kid now to keep that marriage survive. So I feel, I don't know. I feel there's a good and bad to everything. Two sides of a coin. Okay, so I think that's all about love marriage and arranged marriages. And if you like this episode, if you like earlier episodes also, please comment down below and let us know about your views. Yes, please comment, subscribe and follow us on Instagram. This is our Instagram handle. And if you have any more questions to ask and if you have any more topics for us to cover, please drop down your comments. Also, you can find our links in description box if you only want to hear and not want to see us. So yes, thank you so much for watching till here. Thank you. Bye-bye.